Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Liv. Today we're going to be coming through a VINYASA flow sequence, so a flow-based style of yoga and settling into some more restorative postures towards the end of class today. If you have yoga props, if you have a bolster would be really good. If you don't have a bolster, a couple of cushions would be amazing. And if you like to use a yoga block in your practice, bring a yoga block towards the top of your mat. And we'll get started. We are going to get going today in a child's pose. So you're going to bring your knees as wide as your mat. Your toes are going to come to touch. You're going to start to walk your hands out in front of you and release the forehead down towards the floor. So with the forehead down, just allow the eyes to close. I'm going to lift my chest so I can speak to you, but stay in your child's pose. And today we're really going to be working on finding intention within our movement. The physical aspect of yoga, our asana practice, is really meant to be steeped in this sankalpa, this intention, to stay in the present moment. The intention of the awareness of the body through space is what makes this practice slightly different to, say, a workout class. It's really steeped in ancient history, and there's a lot to do with our mental health and our mind in yoga. So just as you settle here, close down the eyes. Really start to soften through the muscles in your face, softening through your hip creases, the shoulders. See if you can start this softening with the mind. It's almost telling your body it's okay to relax, and just notice how your body follows that signal. Maybe nothing happens, maybe something happens. Just starting with that intention. And then to begin today's practice, we're going to take 3 nice releasing breaths all together. So when you're ready, taking a full breath in through your nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Take 2 more like that. Inhaling. Let it go. 1 more, inhale. Let it go. Slowly sealing off the mouth now, coming into a deep nasal breath. Slowly on your inhale, you're going to start to lift your head, look forwards. As you exhale, start to walk your hands over to the right-hand side of your mat and release the forehead all the way down towards the floor. 2 big breaths into your left side of your body. Imagining your left hip heavy down towards the floor, fingertips reach over towards the right. 1 more full breath in. Full breath out. Slowly on an inhale, start to lift your gaze, walk the hands through center as you exhale, hands over to the left, and release the forehead down towards the mat. Anchoring down through your right hip and reaching up and over to the left. Big full breath in into the intercostal muscles of your right side. 1 more breath in. Full breath out. Slowly, you're going to come all the way back through center with the hands. You're going to shift your shoulders over your wrists. You're going to tuck your toes, lift your hips all the way up and back. Find a downward facing dog. So an inverted V shape. Start to pedal out into the feet. Swing the hips from side to side. Really pressing away from the floor and letting your head hang heavy. An essential part of Vinyasa is the connection between the postures, so the transitions between the postures. Vinyasa means to place in a special way, or in a special order. So it's really about paying attention to that space in between. And as you move intuitively here, maybe bending a knee, bending another knee, really rising right up onto the balls of your feet. Just notice what you can feel. Is it the backs of the calves? Is it hamstrings? Is it the back of the neck as you shake the head out? And then slowly, you're going to start to bend your knees and look forward. As you exhale, you're going to start to walk your feet all the way up towards the top of the mat. Now take your time, bend your knees as much as you need, coming to the top of the mat, and relax your head, really shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears, and then taking a little sway side to side. Take a full breath in through your nose, and then sigh it out through the mouth.
Slowly tuck your chin towards your chest. Leave your arms and your head behind to let them hang heavy as you slowly roll all the way up to standing. When you stack your head over your heart, you're going to circle sweep the arms up above your head. Take your gaze towards your thumbs. As you exhale, hands come through heart center. Really nice. Coming to the top of your mat, you're going to place your feet either hip distance apart, so directly underneath your hips, or big toes to touch, small space between your heels. Feet together is more traditional, but doesn't mean it's necessarily right. Whatever feels better for you, you're going to take that today, but you're going to stick with it the whole of the class. So being really intentional with your feet every time you come to the top of the mat. Hands come to heart center. Just take a moment, take a full breath in through your nose and a full breath out. Slowly inhale, you're going to rise the arms to the sky, breath in. As you exhale, release the fingertips to the floor, keeping the feet as they are. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to shins, crown of the head goes forward. Exhaling, plant the palms, step it back and find a high plank. So shoulders over your wrists, breath in. As you exhale, drop your knees, elbows shave the sides, lower all the way to the floor. Untuck your toes, roll your shoulders back, hover your hands, squeeze your glutes. As you exhale, child's pose, hands under the shoulders, toes come together, knees wide, hips back onto your heels. Take a full breath in through your nose. Full breath out. Slowly rolling the shoulders forwards over the wrists as you exhale. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Moving with the rhythm here. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, take a big step up to the top of your mat. Find your foot position, toes together or feet hip distance. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, relax your head. Inhale, root to rise, circle sweep the arms up above your head, unite the palms above your head. As you exhale, hands come through heart center. Inhale, we rise the arms to the sky, feel your feet. As you exhale, forward fold, crown of the head releases towards the floor. Inhaling, halfway lift, make space. Exhaling, plant the palms, step it back to your high plank. Either move through a vinyasa we took before with your baby cobra, or you're going to lower halfway to Chaturanga Dandasana. Keep the hips lifted, upward facing dog, straighten through the arms. Exhaling, down dog, lift your hips high towards the sky. Take a full breath in through your nose. Sigh it out as you exhale. Inhale, sweep the right leg to the sky, breath in. As you exhale, you're going to bend the knee and open through the hip. Yawn that hip open. Inhale the right leg to the sky. As you exhale, step your right foot all the way in between your hands and drop the back knee down. You're going to find low lunge, push away from the floor with the right hand, right foot even, and rise the arms to the sky. Take a breath in here. Imagine you're lifting up and out of this hip. As you exhale, you're going to melt your body onto your right thigh. Fingertips come to the top corners of your mat and you relax your head, drapey low lunge. So your right knee is to the inside of your right armpit. Relaxing the head here. And breathe in towards your left hip flexor. One more breath in. And then slowly walk your hands underneath your shoulders, tap the back toes, lift the back knee. Step back to your high plank as you inhale. Exhale, lower half the way or all the way to the floor. Baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Lift the hips all the way up and back. In your down dog, take a full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, sweep the left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bend the knee, open through the hip. Inhaling, left leg high. As you exhale, step your left foot all the way in between your hands and drop the right knee down. Push away from the floor with your left foot. Reach the arms to the sky, low lunge. Lift up and out of the hip space. Drape the body forwards. If you're offering the body forwards, fingertips come to the top corners of your mat. Left knee to the inside of your left armpit. Relax your head and sink the hips forward. 2 breaths here into that right hip crease. Slowly walking your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Gonna step back to our down dog this time, lifting the hips high. As you inhale, bend your knees and look forward. As you exhale, take a big step up to the top of your mat. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, the right arm to the sky, big bend into your left knee, right arm to the sky, twist. Exhale, release the right hand to the floor, big bend into the right knee, left arm to the sky, twist. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, make space. Exhale, fold, release. Find your foot position. Inhale, root to rise, circle, sweep the arms up above your head. Exhaling, hands come through, heart center, samastitihi. Nice, shifting your weight into your right foot. Inhale, the left knee comes in towards your chest as you reach the arms to the sky, breath in. Focus your gaze as you exhale, warrior 3. Left leg kicks back behind you, arms airplane by your side, palms face down. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, softly land the left toes back behind you. High lunge, inhale. Exhale, you're going to cactus through the arms and open through the chest. Inhale, reach the arms high, embrace those wobbles. As you exhale, warrior 2, spin the back heel down and open up the arms. Strong gaze over the middle finger of your right hand. Strong gaze, strong mind. Inhale, flip the front palm. As if you're moving through treacle, reverse your warrior, breath in. As you exhale, extended side angle, right elbow to right thigh. Left arm reaches over by your ear. Option to take a half bind. Left hand swims behind your back to the inside of the right thigh, or you start to drop the right shoulder down. You can take a full bind, right arm underneath, but don't compromise the body coming forward with any binds. Breathing here into the outer edges of your feet. That left shoulder is drawing back. Take a breath and then slowly release any binds you have. Release the hands to the inside of the right foot and turn to the left halfway. Prasarita, wide leg fold. Toes turn in, feet parallel with one another, and relax your head. Maybe walking the hands in line with your heels, elbows hugging in, crown of the head towards the floor. You can take your hands up on a block, absolutely. Maybe hands to your ankles. 2 slow breaths here. Connecting to the breath. The deeper you connect to the breath, the deeper you connect your body, your mind. Using the postures here to start to move some prana, life force around the body. Bringing your hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, find a half lift. As you exhale, heels in, toes out, bend your knees, goddess pose, like a sumo squat position. Unfurl the arms, really widen through the fingertips, take up some space. Take a breath in and a full breath out. One more, inhaling and exhale. Inhale, start to straighten into the legs. Reach the arms to the sky, star pose. Reach through the toes, reach through the fingertips, and then slowly turn to face the top of your mat. Plant your hands. Send your right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Breath in. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling, sweep the left leg to the sky. As you exhale, you're going to allow the left foot to come down towards the mat. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. As you exhale, take a big step or silent hop to the top of your mat. Find your foot position, toes together or feet hip distance. Inhaling, halfway lift, make space. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, root to rise, circle, sweep the arms up above your head. Exhaling, hands come through, heart center, shifting your weight into your left foot. Your right knee comes in towards your chest. Reach your arms high, inhale.
As you exhale, warrior three, right leg kicks behind you, arms parallel to the floor, palms face down, fix your gaze, full breath in. Slowly lower the right toes back behind you, high lunge, inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, cactus into the arms, lift the gaze. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, warrior two, spin the back heel down 90 degrees. Open up the arms parallel to the floor. Gaze over the middle finger of your left hand. Inhale as if you're moving through treacle. Reverse your warrior. Flip the front palm, reach all the way up and back. As you exhale, extended side angle. Left elbow to left thigh. Right arm sweeps over by your ear. Breathing here, maybe a half bind. Right hand comes behind your lower back to the inside of the thigh. Maybe you start to drop this left shoulder and take a full bind. Maybe the palms come together as you draw that right shoulder back, crown of the head towards the top of the mat. Wherever you are, breathing here. Keep opening through the body. One more breath. And then slowly release. Hands to the inside of your left foot. Turn to the right halfway. Feet parallel. And relax your head into the center of your legs. 3 breaths here, your choice. Maybe hands to ankles. Maybe hands even shoot through the legs. Maybe you're simply closing the eyes and breathing here. Tapping into the hamstrings, into the shins, the outer shins, into the ankles. And slowly return your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, find a half lift. Exhale, heels in, toes out. Bend your knees, roll up the spine, cactus through the arms, goddess pose. Inhaling here. Exhale, let it go out the mouth. Inhale to straighten through the legs, reach the arms to the sky, star pose. As you exhale, start to turn to face the top of the mat. Release the hands down, send your left leg to the sky, 3-leg dog, breath in. And as you exhale, release your left foot, child's pose, knees as wide as your mat, toes to touch. Release your head. Retrieving my earring from underneath the sofa. As you're here, breathe. Allowing your breath to travel right down towards the back of your body, back space, ribs. Expand as you inhale. As you exhale, letting everything go. Maybe you feel this movement within your body. Maybe it's a bit of heat. Maybe it's the breath. This prana. Just take a moment to observe and be still. Slowly, you're just going to start to walk your hands back towards your knees. You're going to find kneeling at the back of the mat. The knees can be a little bit wider. And then fingertips come behind you. Just take a breath in. Start to lift through the chest. Nice stretch through the front of the shoulders. And then maybe you start to turn the fingertips facing outwards. Imagine you're standing into your shins as you maybe start to lift the hips and find a camel variation. Big stretch up the front of the body. Take a breath. And then slowly release the hips down towards the floor. Hands are going to come forward. Turn the knees into the feet. So the shins are parallel. And then hands come down in front of you. You're going to tuck the toes under. Now from here, with the toes tucked, you're going to sit your hips back on your heels. You might want to just make sure your pinky toes are underneath you. And we're going to take what we call in yin or toe breaker pose, which sounds really horrendous, but it's great for you, I promise. So either you can keep the hands here. If you're really flexing the feet and your toes, take your hands onto your thighs and lift through the chest. For me, this is super intense. We're going to be here for about a minute. So wherever you are, hands to the floor, chest up, just breathing into the sensation in your feet, maybe the arches of your feet, through the toes. Maybe you close your eyes and you go to your inner place. Taking 3 more slow breaths here. Good. Slowly, if you have your body up, you're just going to release your hands forward. Going to untuck the toes and just tap the tops of the feet down onto the mat. Then from here, you're going to shift your hips back into your heels. And one by one, we're going to do the opposite movement. So you're going to pick up your knee and you're going to stretch through the front of the toes. So the toes are tucked under. Nice. And then lower that knee down, shift your weight to the other side and find the right toes or the opposite toes, whichever way you did first, underneath you, stretching through the front of the foot. And then slowly, slowly releasing all the way down. Your hands are going to plant. Going to tuck your toes. This time you're going to lift your knees and sit back on your heels. So fingertips are forward. Your weight is in your heels. Now we're stretching through the calves and the Achilles here. So you're going to have your upper body weight forwards, but then you're leaning into your heels with your lower body. So you should feel really juicy stretch. Maybe your ankles are more mobile than mine. They might be down to the floor. Two more breaths here. And then slowly, we're just going to start to heel toe the feet nice and wide. And you're going to find a yogi squat, a malasana. So the heels are in, toes are out about 45 degrees. Planting your feet, maybe the hands come to heart center here. And you wriggle the spine long, take a breath. And as you exhale, release the fingertips down. You're going to lift your hips, start to walk the hands all the way forwards. And we're going to find our pigeon pose. But if you have your bolster, you're going to take your bolster to the top of the mat or 2 pillows to the top of the mat lengthways. And then from here, you're going to bring your right shin forward. So the right foot comes behind your left wrist. Lower the shin down, lower the back leg down, untuck the back toes. Now you can always prop underneath your right hip here. Coming onto the fingertips, lift through the chest, breath in. As you exhale, you're going to start to fold over your prop. You can just go down to the floor, down onto your forearms. But if you've got a prop, you're going to release a cheek down. Breathing into the sensations in your pigeon pose. See if you can let the shoulders release. Releasing through the jaw. Taking 2 more breaths here. And slowly just starting to come right up onto your hands. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee and step it all the way back to a down dog. Right foot plants, hips release up towards the sky for a moment. You're going to take it to the other side. So left shin comes forward, left foot behind your right wrist. Lower the shin down, lower the back leg down. Cushion block can come underneath your left hip. Take a moment, inhale, lift through the chest. As you exhale, finding a fold, releasing a cheek down to the mat. Allowing the body, the breath to slow down here. Taking 2 more slow rounds of breath. And slowly rising up onto your hands. This time you're going to shift the weight all the way into your left hip. swing the right leg all the way around you. If you've got a bolster, you're going to spin the bolster around length horizontally. And then take your legs up and over. If you don't have one, don't worry. We're going to come all the way down onto our backs. So coming all the way down, you can roll down, you can fall down. And the spine comes down towards the mat. Just take a moment, bring one hand to your stomach, one hand to your chest. We're going to take a final releasing breath here together. So when you're ready, taking a full breath in and let it go. Releasing your arms down by your sides, palms facing up. Welcoming a softness across the front of the face. Relaxing your eyebrows and relaxing your jaw. All the work is done here. All is left is for you to surrender your whole weight into the mat. Savasana. Slowly starting to bring your awareness back into your space. Taking a full round of breath. And start to wiggle through fingers and toes. Starting to shift your head from side to side. Feeling the brain heavy in your skull. And then on your next breath in, start to reach your arms above your head. Take a big full body stretch, maybe a yawn. And then slowly rolling over onto one side, drawing your knees towards your chest. Maybe resting your hand on your top arm. Taking a moment in this fetal position. And slowly starting to press yourself away from the floor. Rising up towards a comfortable seat, keeping your eyes closed for as long as possible. When you get here, we're going to unite the palms in prayer. Thumbs towards your sternum back towards your thumbs. We'll end today's class with one final breath together. So when you're ready, taking a full breath in through your nose. And sigh it out through the mouth. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. On an inhale, draw your thumbs to your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, lift the corners of your mouth, and exhale to bow. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, yogis. I hope you had a good practice. Be sure to check out my other classes or head to oliviaemilykate.com for more information.